Hi, my name's Jim Luckett. I am the president and founder of Myth Innovations. What else you want to know?
Start now.
My world's a device that it needs people. It wants a relationship. It's designed to have a relationship. As a friend of mine who's probably going to see this and chuckle, it likes people and needs a good home. It wants to have friends to play with. It wants to have devices to have a relationship. Like us, it too wants to have a relationship with something, and the stronger and the more the devices that it has a relationship with, the stronger the base unit becomes. So when you start talking about a My World just on you, on the go or anything like that, that's good. It's great. But now let's talk about a My World when you plug it up to your house and you give it smart TVs and pre-existing PCs and your kids' computers and other televisions. It's going to gain. It's going to get stronger. It's going to become more user-friendly. But that's not true. It's just as user-friendly as it was with one device as with no devices or with 20 devices attached to it. It becomes more powerful. I mean, yes, given that. Now there's a point to where all that power and all that processing, it's not needed. We'll never be able to use it all. But now it's not having to be delivered on a box that's sitting on your desk that's 12 to 16 inches high, weighing in at 20 pounds, is now in a box that is that big, fits in your pocket and goes with you. It's building an ecosystem around you that exploits all of the processing around you, for you, not for SETI or for NOAA or for somebody else, but it's a distributed processing node that is based solely for you, the end user.
Okay, one of the exciting things about the Indiegogo campaign is we're anxious to get this in the hands of real users. We've been using it internally now for a number of months, and we believe we've got some good use cases. But in the My World, it really does attach to whatever it is that's important to you. So, it's one of those opportunities that says this is an open architecture beta device. It will allow you to connect almost anything. If it can talk to a 802.11ac Wi-Fi device, then you can connect it, secure it, and take information back and forth. It's a media server. It's a media player. It's a music player. It'll do file share. It will run applications. It will allow you to I use the word enhance your environment, because it's taken the compute capabilities of all of the devices that you have. And if I was sitting at my desk, I'd pull out of my pockets a smartphone, a laptop, a tablet, and all of those are running quad-core processors. And nothing can take advantage of all that compute power by itself. But with the My World PCS, and it's creating its managed messaging layer between those devices, you've now created a supercomputer using your own devices that you can load applications and take advantage of the compute capabilities, so you can run applications on almost any device that by themselves they couldn't have run on their own. So this really does become a supercomputer of your devices in your world using your information, and it's secure. It's not out on the cloud. You haven't shared it with anyone. It's really a super opportunity for you to design, develop applications and uses that we haven't thought of. And that's really what Indiegogo is all about. Get this out and get use cases started.
The important thing with My World, and a lot of people have asked, what do I think the most incredible thing with My World is? It's the fact that My World has been built out of 40,000 handshakes. For the first 10 months of the product really going from the ARM A6 to the Qualcomm to the Snapdragons, we shook a lot of hands. There was a lot of people that put a lot on the table. A lot of us, and it gained in momentum and more and more and more. And if it was the people from the University of North Texas, Dr. Xingli Fu, Harold Strong, all the way to George Resnick, Tracy Reese, and all the people at Intrinsic, Dr. Paul Jacobs, and all the things that Qualcomm does every single day, and it's just brilliant. To TXS, our industrial designers in Plano, to Speakeasy and our advertising and marketing. This has been a product that has been built by thousands of people, and most of which initially for the first 10 months, nobody was being paid. Everybody just believed. And so I call it the device that was built on 40,000 handshakes because it really was. And it wasn't until we had our third generation of prototypes getting ready to be finalized for production before we got funded. And it was because everybody, again, believed. And when we start talking about this Indiegogo release and the hardware that's coming out, this isn't a complete unit. This is the hardware stage of this unit. And some of the real brilliance in this, some of the work in the 5 years that it's taken, some of the code, some of the systems, and a lot of the system architectures, we will not really see full glimpses of what we're envisioning for another 6 to 7 months. But in the course of that, we will be looking for some things. We're looking for people to test the hardware. We're looking to people to start writing applications. I'm looking for people to start getting an idea of it, and in return, I will start talking about, in SDKs and in developer circles, we will start talking about things like our wireless ecosystem technology, or WET, and what really is WET. Why WET is so groundbreaking, and what it really means, what a WET piece of technology is in terms of my world's understanding. The fact that this changes the total mindset and methodology of hardware in the past, because originally with the PC, you had this case, and then you had all these pieces. You had your CPU, and you had your RAM, and your graphics card, and all that was put in a case. And this time, we are the case. We are the case of the next generation of hardware, to where all these pieces and components are already on you. The only thing is that we just need the one common thread that binds. And that's what I believe my world is. It's that thread that takes all the devices around you and makes them a community of your devices that give you the ability not only to leverage, but to exploit all the segmented processing power you have on you into one ginormous processing pool that's personalized and is secure to the end user. From Jim Luckett,
Chad Rowley.
And Dan Talbot.
and everybody at Myth Innovations, we would like to thank you for your time in coming to check out my world. We'd also like to invite you to help making our 40,000 handshakes turn into 4 million likes. And we would also like to invite you to come find out how my world can change your world. Thank you.